I welcome you to this session of ISO 45001 2018, and today we are going to talk about clause number 4.3, determining the scope of the occupational health and safety management system. So as usual, first of all, I'll read out the requirement to you as given in the standard. Clause number 4.3, determining the scope of the occupational health and safety management system. The organization shall determine the boundaries and applicability of the occupational health and safety management system to establish its scope. When determining this scope, the organization shall A. Consider the external and internal issues referred to in para 4.1. B. Take into account the requirement referred to in para 4.2. C. Take into account the planned and performed work-related activities. The occupational health and safety management system shall include the activities, products and services within the organization's control or influence that can impact the organization's occupational health and safety performance. The scope shall be available as documented information. So this is all in this requirement, and let us discuss this in more detail now. See, the organization which is going in for occupational health and safety management system as per ISO 45001 2018 is free to decide the scope. That means to what extent this occupational health and safety management system is going to be applicable within the organization. And the organization is free to decide the boundaries. See, the organization may be part of a bigger organization. So to what extent the system is going to apply within the organization has to be decided. So it may also include the physical locations. Your organization may be located at several locations. So you have to decide in which locations you are going to apply the occupational health and safety management system. And accordingly, you have to spell it out in the scope. So the scope has to include the physical boundaries and also the products and services which are being provided by the organization, and where we need to consider the application of this particular system. So we should be very particular about the products and services, that nothing is excluded from the scope which may influence the occupational health and safety management system. See, we should not be doing that. That means all the products and services which may have impact on occupational health and safety system, they have got to be part of the scope. So the organization has to decide the boundaries and applicability of the occupational health and safety management system accordingly to establish its scope. And now, when determining this scope, the organization has to consider the external and internal issues referred to in 4.1. That means referred in the context of the organization. So the external and internal issues may have influence on the occupational health and safety management system. Therefore, what issues have got to be considered? So consider the external and internal issues referred to in 4.1 which are pertinent to the occupational health and safety management system. Then next, B is take into account the requirements referred in 4.2. That means the requirements of the interested parties. So all the requirements of the interested parties which may have influence on the occupational health and safety management system have got to be part of the scope of the occupational health and safety management system. And C, take into account the planned and performed work related activities. So, planned and performed, all the work related activities, they have got to be part of the occupational health and safety management system, and they have to be included in the scope. So, the occupational health and safety management system shall include the activities, products, and services within the organization's control or which may influence and may have impact on the organization's occupational health and safety performance. So anything which may affect the occupational health and safety performance, that has got to be part of the scope, and the scope has got to be available as a record. So the scope shall be available as documented information. See, documented information is nothing but records. So records have got to be maintained. Now there is guidance given in Annexure A of this standard on this particular para 4.3. So refer to A 4.3 in Annexure A, and you will find certain guidance there where by and large it says that organization has the freedom and flexibility to define the boundaries and applicability of the occupational health and safety management system. So that we have already seen. And the boundaries and applicability may include the whole of the organization or a specific part of the organization, provided that there is a condition that it should be independently managed by the organization. That means the top management of that part for which we are going to have the occupational health and safety management system should be able to independently take decisions. So the organization or specific parts of the organization, provided that the top management of that part of the organization has its own functions, responsibilities, and authorities for establishing an occupational health and safety management system. So this aspect is essential, that the part where we are going to extend the system, or the part where we are going to implement the occupational health and safety management system, should be independent for taking decisions. So the management has got to be independent. And the credibility of the occupational health and safety management system will also depend upon the choice of the boundaries. So we have to be very vigilant about it, what parts we are going to include in this. The scope should not be used to exclude any activities, products, and services that have or can impact the organization's occupational health and safety performance, or to evade its legal requirements and other requirements. So we have to take into account all this while deciding the scope of the occupational health and safety management system. And the scope has got to be a factual and representative statement of the organization's operations included within its occupational health and safety management system, boundaries that should not mislead these interested parties. So there has to be clarity with regard to the boundaries of the system where the occupational health and safety management system is going to be applicable. So that's all in this requirement, and I hope the things are clear to you. And if there is anything which is not clear to you, please give your comment below this video, and I will try to make things clear for you. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and also press the bell icon so that as and when I load my videos, the videos will reach you well in time. And if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and also share my videos with your friends and colleagues. I'll feel very happy if you do so. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and bye.